Welcome back to WCNC Charlotte on this Sunday, 6 a.m. this morning, and the sun is up on King Street and Boone. Folks are moving and grooving. I see one car out there. Maybe they're out to work this morning, Chris. But, you know, if you are out to work, whatever your plans are, it's going to be another hot day.
Another one. We can't kick it. But we will eventually, and I'm really excited. Even though we might see a decent amount of rain, which we need, we're going to be back to the 80s before you know it. If that's your thing. If you like it near 100 degrees, or if you like drip and sweat while golfing, well, I have a great golf forecast for you. Tee times for your Sunday. If you're doing it in the next couple of hours, that's a good time. 79 degrees turns to 91 come 11 a.m. And then as late as 5 o'clock, it's 94 degrees. But just letting you know, yes, 94 degrees is what we have there on the map, but realistically, it's going to be feeling close to about 100 degrees for a good portion of the afternoon. So today's highs, we are right around 98 degrees, so we're going to be dripping today. Back to 98 we go once again, and then tomorrow is going to be even hotter. Seeing some of these upper level cirrus clouds. These are technically cirrocumulus clouds that you're seeing up above. It'll be a mix of cloud and sunshine throughout the day. A large portion of the United States. Check it out under this heat advisory, even excessive heat warning. Right along the Mississippi here, dividing Nebraska and Iowa, but we live here in the Carolinas. What can you expect here? Only one of our counties, and that's you in Richmond County around Rockingham. You're under a heat advisory, and anytime you see this orange shading, that means it could feel like 105 to 109. So I think we're all going to be under one of these, at least by tomorrow. Tuesday could be thrown in there as well. Not quite excessive heat warnings, but we're going to be pretty close on one of the days. Check it out. Here's what it feels like a little bit later on today. 98 come noon, feels like 100 degrees in Rockingham. You notice that we're seeing some higher values, about 103 to 105. This is just model data, so I'm not saying that we're not going to hit 105 to 109 over in Rockingham, because that's per the National Weather Service that issued that. I think it's mainly feeling like 100 degrees around the Charlotte area, but we're going to be pretty close to that danger threat. Pretty much anything 103 or greater, heat exhaustion isn't just possible, it's actually likely. But tomorrow, for the Charlotte area specifically, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday could all have a peak heat index around 105 plus. Monday is the hottest, where I have a high of 100 degrees. So that's why we're going weather aware from 11 to 8. That's typically where we're going to have most advisories, and that specific heat advisory for Richmond County, that actually only goes until 7 o'clock specifically today. And then that heat index, anything at 105, that's where you really got to take extra breaks and hydrate. That's the big need for tomorrow. Our dew points are going to soar further. Today is actually going to feel a little bit better by the afternoon. Still quite hot, feeling like 100. But by Thursday, look at this. That's an excessive amount of moisture. That's tropical air, so it's actually going to feel more humid as we continue a little bit later on. That's going to translate to better chances for rain. Just isolated chances today and tomorrow. Scattered more on Tuesday, but then by Thursday, rain isn't just possible. It's widespread to likely. And the reason why is we have multiple fronts that are just stalled across the area. As for your rain potential today, notice the coverage area. It's not all that great. I think anytime between about 3 to 8 o'clock is going to be best chance for a developing storm, but I think a lot of us are going to stay dry once again. Sometimes when you're stuck in this dry pattern, it's tough to really get the rain. You need a bigger system to overcome it. Once you get to Thursday, we're also outside of that weather aware criteria for excessive heat. Lower 90s on Thursday. Once a front passes, check that out. Lower 80s Friday heading into next weekend.